was patient all along. There is a kingdom beneath the tides, still breathing under ancient light. Every throne the ocean claims still echoes through the depths below. There is a kingdom beneath the tides, waiting where the daylight dies. The sea forgets no living thing. The sea forgets no king. Gold became sand inside the dark. Flags disappeared without a trace. The current carried every vow far beyond remembered shores. The horizon darkened without a sound. The deep was patient all along. There is a kingdom beneath the tides, still breathing under ancient light. Every throne the ocean claims still echoes through the depths below. There is a kingdom beneath the tides, waiting where the daylight dies. The sea forgets no living thing. The sea forgets no king. Beneath the pressure, beneath the years, the silent empire still remains. There is a kingdom beneath the tides, still burning under ancient light. Every throne the ocean claims still echoes through the depths below. The sea forgets no living thing. The sea forgets no king. Snow covered every pathway, cold settled into stone. The field stood still for seasons, the birds had long since gone. The sky forgot its colors, the rivers lost their song. But deep beneath the frozen earth, something waited on. Not every battle burns in fire, not every victory is loud. The garden refused the winter, the roots would not let go. Beneath the weight of silence, life waited in the cold. The frost could claim the surface, but never claim the soul. The garden refused the winter and rose when spring was told. The branches carried scars now, the ground was cracked and worn, yet every hidden seed remained. burns in fire. Not every victory is loud. The garden refused the winter. The roots would not let go. Beneath the weight of silence, life waited in the cold. The frost could claim the surface, but never claim the soul. The garden refused the winter and rose when spring was told. When the mountain winds were screaming, when the longest night remained, every root beneath the silence was preparing for the rain. The garden refused the winter. The roots would not let go. Beneath the weight of silence, life waited in the cold. The frost could claim the surface, but never claim the soul. The garden refused the winter and rose when spring was told. The garden refused the winter and rose beyond the cold. I walked where the black water bends, past the ruins of forgotten kings. The river carried broken banners and the weight of 1,000 things. The stones remembered every promise, the current knew every name. Empires vanished into silence, but the river stayed the same. What survives when the towers fall? What remains when the trumpets fade? The river carried the crown away, past every throne that time betrayed. Gold turns dust and walls come down, but the water never wears a crown. Through the dark and through the flame, still it flows, still unchanged. Kings are lost and kingdoms drown. The river carried the crown. Moonlight moved across the surface like a ghost of another age. The world kept writing its victories. The river kept turning the page. No army ever stopped its journey. No ruler ever held its course. It outlived every flag and fortress by the power of its force. What survives when the towers fall? What remains when the trumpets fade? The river carried the crown away, past every throne that time betrayed. Gold turns dust and walls come down, but the water never wears a crown. Through the dark and through the flame, still it flows, still unchanged. Kings are lost and kingdoms drown. The river carried the crown. Let the kingdoms rise, kingdoms fade. The river keeps moving long after their names. The river carried the crown away, past every throne that time betrayed. Gold turns dust and walls come down, but the water never wears a crown. Through the dark and through the flame, still it flows, still unchanged. Kings are lost and kingdoms drown. The river carried the crown. We crossed the roofs at the edges of dark, following sparks where no trail was marked. Branches moved where the wind stood still. Something was watching beyond the hill. Every shadow carried a sign, older than kingdoms, older than time. The deeper we walked, the less we knew. The forest remembered what we forgot too. And the silence began to breathe through the leaves above our heads. The forest learned our names tonight, carved them into bark and light. Every secret, every scar, it knew exactly who we are. The forest learned our names tonight, eyes of ember in the night. We came searching for the way. The forest chose for us to stay. Rivers whispered under stone, speaking truths we'd never known. Ancient paths beneath our feet turned every heartbeat to a drumbeat. The trees stood tall like witnesses, guarding forgotten promises. And somewhere deep beyond the flame, the darkness called us both by name. No crown names, no walls endure. The roots grow deeper than the things we're fighting for. The forest learned our names tonight, carved them into bark and light. Every secret, every scar, it knew exactly who we are. The forest learned our names tonight, long before the morning sky. And when the world forgot our claim, the forest still remembered our name. The water turned black at the edge of the sky. No stars above me, no shore in sight. The tide kept pulling what I could not hold, whispering secrets older than stone. I heard my name inside the storm, not with anger, not with war. The sea that ate the moon could not swallow me. Waves rose like kingdoms, then fell beneath my feet. I walked through the darkness where the horizon disappeared. The sea that ate the moon left nothing for fear. current moved like a living hand, drawing strange symbols across the sand. Every shadow promised the end, yet something stronger pulled me in. I heard that distant thunder call, and I stood taller through it all. The sea that ate the moon could not swallow me. Waves rose like kingdoms, then fell beneath my feet. I walked through the darkness where the horizon disappeared. The sea that ate the moon left nothing for fear. When the water closed around the light, I became the fire inside the night. No crown, no throne, no sword to raise, only a heart that refused to break. The sea that ate the moon could not swallow me. The night grew enormous, yet could not bury me. I walked through the darkness, and the darkness disappeared. The sea that ate the moon left nothing for fear. For 1,000 years it slept below, hidden where the roots don't go, silent under stone and rain, dreaming in a different age. No one heard the distant sound, moving underneath the ground, till the valley felt the weight of a wake. Something old is rising now. Nothing stands against it. When the mountain opened its eyes, the horizon learned to run. Every road became a question, every answer came undone. When the mountain opened its eyes, even daylight lost its place, and the world stood still beneath the patience of its gaze. Clouds were turning out of line, birds abandoned every sky, rivers changed their ancient course without a single word. What was certain disappeared, what was distant suddenly near. Every heartbeat understood what it heard. Not in anger, not in hate, only power, only weight. Not a warning, not a plea, just a truth too large to leave. because of its gaze. The city spoke in sirens and called the dark beneath. The towers wore their shadows like crowns of rust and wire. Every road behind me still remembered fire. Static in the distance, a signal cutting through. The silence thought it owned me, but it never knew. Still remembers fire. Long after flames are gone, deep beneath the surface, the heat keeps holding on. Still remembers fire. Through every storm and scar, the night can hide the embers, but it cannot kill the spark. Machines kept turning beneath the blood-red sky, counting every heartbeat, refusing still to die. The weight of all the failures could never pull me down. I forged them into armor and wore them through the sound. Static in the distance, a signal cutting through. The silence thought it owned me, but it never knew. Still remembers fire. Long after flames are gone, deep beneath the surface, the heat keeps holding on. Still remembers fire. Through every storm and scar, the night can hide the embers, but it cannot kill the spark. When the ashes settle, when the noise is gone, what survives the darkness is what made us strong. Still remembers fire. Long after flames are gone, deep beneath the surface, the heat keeps holding on. Still remembers fire. Through every storm and scar, the night can hide the embers, but it cannot kill the spark. This is not just a broadcaster. This is Fragile Power's home base on air. The home base for his own creations. Broadcaster 6666. No borrowed signal here. Only his own creations. Moving through the air. 66 sounds design. Home base in the dark. One label, one builder, one system, one spark. Fragile powers home base. Where the signal starts. Known as Fraggle, owner of the signal, builder of the sound. Not only DJ, not only producer, music system designer, AI programmer, coder, creator. Broadcaster 666 is his home base on air, where his own creations burn through everywhere. He writes the pressure, he shapes the night, he builds the world that keeps the music alive. Every track you hear here comes from his own fire. Every pulse, every hook, every dark desire. No empty playlist, no copied soul. Only creations under his control. 66 sounds design is the house of the flame. Fragile powers home base. Broadcasting his name. Broadcaster 666 keeps the home base alive. 666 sounds design, turns the dark into light. Fraggle builds the pressure, Fraggle drives the sound. Only his own creations shake the underground. Without music designers, there is no new sound. Without producers, no pressure hits the ground. Without creators, there is nothing to play. Without the builders, the dance floor fades away. And without music, there are no DJs, no hands in the air, no night that stays. So this is his home base for the world he creates. His own sound universe behind the cyber gates. Before the crowd can move, someone has to build the world. Before the bass can hit, someone has to create the sound. Before a DJ can play, someone has to make the music. And here, on Broadcaster 6666, you hear Fraggle's own creations. His home base, his signal, his world on air. Own creations. Own signal. Own frequency. He is not only DJ. He is not only producer. He is builder. He is coder. He is creator. Fragile power. 6 beats, 6 beats, 6 keeps the transmission real. 666 sounds design makes the home base feel. Broadcaster 666, only his own creations. PA, PM, DS alive. The name is the signal. The signal survives. Take away the music designers, and the future turns silent. Take away the producers, and the pressure disappears. still